We are very happy. It's a great day for us. It's a new chapter for our corporation. And of course, we are very happy that we were also able with that to achieve all our targets. You know, we have gotten IPO because we wanted to raise 500 to 600 millions on money that we want to spend in investments actually and to grow our company. And that has been achieved today. In addition today, of course, you can imagine that being stock listed creates a lot of visibility as well. And that will also help us to be seen as a company in the market, to be seen as a company which is active in green hydrogen.
I mean, green hydrogen is often said to be the future for especially energy-intensive industries. So how long will it take until we see a material impact of green energy in that field?
I mean, the journey has already started, as you certainly know. There are a number of projects already up and running and under construction that will in the future also supply substantial amounts of green hydrogen. One example is our largest project that we're currently working on in Saudi Arabia for this big artificial city NEOM, where more than 2 gigawatts of electrolyzer capacity will be installed. And once up and running, more than 200,000 tons of green hydrogen will be produced.
There is concern, though, that the distribution network is still missing. So how important is that to fill that gap in order to make it available everywhere?
That's certainly an important element of the overall supply chain. However, hydrogen is around and is used since many, many decades already as a molecule, predominantly as feedstock, as a process gas in industrial use cases. And as such has been transported, of course, also since many, many years. So we know how that works. We know what is required to do so. However, I fully agree that needs to, of course, grow, that needs to expand. We need to have pipeline network actually that are capable of transporting these very large volumes that are required to really decarbonize industries and the energy system.
You're producing the technology for those facilities. So where do you see the strongest demand coming from currently?
We actually see that is a global development, really. However, as we believe, with our organization, we cannot be everyone's darling at the same time. We will focus. We will focus in the near term on Europe and the US because we believe these are geographies that provide a lot of demand already today and are also very attractive when it comes to the massive funding actually that is made available in those geographies, of course.
There are many players around. I mean, everybody is quite, well, not everybody, but many people are quite hyped by the topic of hydrogen. So how much do you feel competition, or what is the biggest competitor?
Look, I think that actually competition in this space plays a minor role. This market is growing so extremely that actually every market participant that is really able to supply high quality, safe electrolyzers to this industry is more than welcome to do so because that's the only way how we can jointly also grow that industry, and we can jointly also prove that green hydrogen can really work.
How does it transform into the profitability of your company?
Of course, when you start growing, you certainly also need to pre-invest. We are now investing very heavily in the expansion of our business globally. That means new locations. That means also, of course, higher growing capacities that we also want to bring to the market within the next couple of years. And that certainly has an impact actually on the profitability in the short term. But in the mid to long term, we are absolutely confident that this is a really good business as well.